God.
All right, who's next?
Who else has got a good one?
I have a pretty good one. All right. So when I was like a child and growing up, I was a pretty good kid, but high school years, which at this point, this story was about 5-6 years ago. So I think does that count as a childhood?
God, high school was 5 years.
Well,
ago for you.
how old were you?
I was like 17, 16.
Yeah, I'll take whatever. I mean,
Yeah, that's kid.
yeah, give me what you got.
I was like a particular menace in high school at times. Okay, so this story, it was before orientation one year. It was the night before, and I was like, we have to do something. Like, it's the night before, we have to go back to school. This is the last night of summer, let's do something. And I don't condone, obviously, underage drinking. This story does include it, however. So my friends and I, we were just like throwing them back, feeling the last night of summer. And we, at this time, it was like when Jake Paul was in the Hype House, and the address was very, very accessible.
Team 10.
I remember
Like
that.
people were showing up all the time. It was around that time.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we were like, oh my God, I kind of want to see it, you know? So we were the friends who were drinking. We had a designated driver. We went, we sat outside the house. We got very drunk. And then when I got home, I threw up and my mother had to help me. And I was so out of it that I she had to undress me. She had to throw me in the shower. And she said that I threw up the entire night. And then she had to drive me to orientation the next morning.
Damn.
Oh man.
And I think that's the most that I've ever apologized to my mom.
I don't think it's that bad. I feel like that's happened to everybody,
Yeah.
Really?
more or less.
You should have been like, sorry, Mom, I'm Jake Pauler.
Oh my God, it was.
Every day.
I haven't really gotten sick besides that with drinking, so maybe that's because that story. But
I've dealt with worse
she
shit with
still
Hila
references
being
it.
pissed drunk.
Really? Oh
I
my
had to
God.
carry her upstairs in New York. I think I've told
Oh,
that story.
I did not have a story like
Yeah,
that.
but I actually don't think it's that bad. I think you're just a good
damn.
kid.
I would hope so. But my mother does reference that night as being a nightmare.
I can imagine.